So last night I sampled some of the Italian sausage. I had made a couple patties and I cooked it, and it came out very, very, very good. The flavor was, I don't know that I added much. The seasoning itself was really good, so I added a little bit of fennel and that came out really good. But I did make a decision last night that I'm going to go ahead and ground all of this sausage with the smaller plate. You can see that I changed the grinder plate here to a 3/16. We're going to make a smaller grind. It won't be as chewy. It'll work better for the other sausage we're going to put with the cheese, and also the andouille seems like it's going to be better for the andouille also. So we're going to go ahead and start grinding and grind everything through the 3/16 plate. You can see I'm using both my hands. I'm not switching the thing. I have a foot pedal here that allows me to tell it when to go and when not to go. So let's go ahead and get started. So you can see, or you can't see, but this isn't a big block. It's been in the fridge just chilling all night, and so it's really cold. The grinder head was in the fridge for the last hour or so, so it's ice cold. This ought to just drop through. If I don't put too much sausage or try to cram too much at a time, it ought to just go really smooth. That certainly wasn't our record speed of 7 minutes 15 seconds, but we did grind the second grind really nice, smooth. 5 pounds of chorizo. Alrighty, since we just have 5 pounds of chorizo, I'm going to go ahead and package this the way that I like to eat it. It's better to just go ahead and do that up front, and I won't have to be cutting it out of the casings later on. For this, I'm just using the general deli paper. Seems to work a lot better than the wax paper, so we get a nice even patty. So it's just a matter of separating your meat into a, oh, I'm making a mess already here. Into a little meatball, covering it up, and we're pressing patties. And this burger press will do up to 3/4 inch patties, so you can make it as thin or as thick as you want. But I mean, that's really a nice pat. And these I'll freeze these like they are just on a pan, and then I'll come back later on and. After the patties are frozen, and I'll put them in Ziplocs. I'll secure them a little bit, or protect them a little bit better. But you can see how quick this is going. It's certainly a lot easier than setting up the whole sausage stuffer for a small batch like this. But we have a lot more to do, so we're going to end up setting up the sausage stuffer anyway in just a bit. But in the meantime, we'll crank out some pretty fine chorizo patty. One of the better investments you can make for about $20. This one has actually got this plunger is supposed to be to remove the patties, but if you're using the paper, anyway, you can buy these without this plunger because all you're using is to press, and the patties lift right out because they're on paper, top and bottom. All right, we have the sausage, or the chorizo patties made. We ended up with 16 patties from the 5 pounds of meat. So I'm just going to go ahead and set these in the freezer and let them freeze up, and then we'll do something else with them. All right, next is the Italian sausage. We're going to do the second grind on that. Got to move some of this. This is ice cold out of the fridge. Grinder started out cold this morning. We already said that. We made the chorizo, but let's get started. So we have the 10 pounds of Italian fine ground. Boy, that's nice sticky. This also I'll press about a dozen patties out of this, and the rest of it I'll package in sausage bags. Just make it a lot easier to use in bulk, or when you're making something big, you can take it out. You make your own patties when you're ready. I mean, all versatility is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, we'll be back in a minute with some. What do we have left? Oh, we have the andouille. So I rolled some of the Italian up into meatballs. I try to do it a little less sloppy this time, if you will. Might have got them too big, but we're going to press them anyway. Well, that's a nice thick patty. Oh yeah, not anywhere near as sloppy as the last ones. I wanted to show you something else. This is what we normally use, is just a patty paper for burger type products. But when we use that for the sausage, sometimes, we'll try it here. I notice that sometimes when you go to put it in the pan, it doesn't want to pull apart. You see how that just pulls it apart like that. So that's why I use the, let's just put that on the side for right now. That's why I use the deli paper. What's that called? Plastic deli sheets. These babies just seem to work where they just come apart when you go to cook them. So anyway, that's the difference in the regular patty papers and the deli papers. That's a lot easier for the type of thing that you're. Oh yeah, that's a lot neater. Let me pull it out. Stack those up there. A lot neater to do making the patties up front. You don't have the meat coating your hands the entire time. can do this with, I was telling you in my summary last night that these type of things is I think, at least to me, it's not traditional that we eat sausage like this, but so we try to put sausage in casings and put it on the grill, and not everybody's got the expertise to finish the sausage properly on the grill. I'm one of those that is challenged with that. I kind of like a crispy casing, but on the other hand, it's tough to get a crispy casing and keep your sausage moist, even though you might have 30 or more percent or fat. They still want to dry out when you're trying to get that casing crispy. So hence I've started staying away from the casings a little bit, and just making sure I get the sauces that I want. See, those papers can be a mess, especially when you're trying to cook some dinner and you can't get the sausage out of the patty paper. All right, this is the last of the this is the andouille, the last that we have mixed with seasoning. And I have another 10 pounds in there. Again, the decision's still out on that, but I believe I'm going to put some ghost pepper cheese in that, which means it's going to have to also be coarse ground. So I'll get started on this grinding, and it needs to be fine ground. Anyway, I'm going to get started on this grinding, and I'll get back to you when we get close to done. We have the 15 pounds of andouille reground on the fine grind. I'm going to put this away and finish the grinding and clean this grind. I have 10 more pounds that hasn't been seasoned yet at all. So I'm going to go ahead and get that ground, get the grinder cleaned up, and make a decision on storing the rest of this sausage or putting it away, getting it safe. So this is the last of it. And again, it's just, even though we started with 7 minutes and 15 seconds, it really takes a little bit longer to put it all together. But you can see this one's a little bit dark. I mixed the chorizo in this same plastic. So that's it. I put this on the scale a second ago and came out with a weight of 10 pounds, 1 ounce. So it ought to be pretty simple mixing the seasoning when I finally make a decision on that. Alrighty, so this is the last 10 pounds that we ground, and I measured out some basic, excuse me, holy moly, it's not supposed to happen when you're making sausage. Anyway, we measured out 5 ounces, 5.5 ounces of just Italian, let's start over with that mess. Let me get the package and show you. Okay, this also is an AC leg season. It's a smoked sausage seasoning. we use this as our basis. Anything that we're gonna add, we're gonna add cheese to or things like that. We need to have our seasoning for our sauces. Then the cheese is gonna add to that or complement that. So this is what I use: basic sausage, smoked sausage seasoning. Takes the cheese flavor really well. So we had that measured out. We just dump it in and do the same thing. Just mix it around. Well, it's sure smelling good. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to get this mixed, and then we'll come back and dump our cheese in. We have this smoked sausage mixed pretty good, and I have 24 ounces of cheese, and a lot of cheese. That's okay. This is our flavoring, our additional flavoring. It's just going to do so well in here. So we're just going to toss it around and get some cheese mixed into all of the sauce. It doesn't take a whole lot. Let's get some mixed in there. I have some more. Might just go ahead and dump that in there. Or I could save it for a rainy day. But this seems to be this will all press right through this horn into casings. We're not going to do that. I'm a little bit I don't give a lot of this ghost pepper away. It's just too expensive to make. With you know, I got 3 cups there. You know, 1.5 pounds. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more, maybe 2 pounds of cheese. But at $8, $9, $10 a pound, it gets pretty steep. So we're going to take it and put it into or store it in pork freezer bags. So we'll show you that here in a minute. So I got a bunch of cheese in there. Then I buy this in 5-pound bags. This batch actually came from Butcher and Packer Supply in Wisconsin. Was it Wisconsin? Michigan. In Michigan. They do a pretty good job of sending it down this far into Texas, and it gets here, and it's in great shape. So we're not really going to worry about this. I'm going to take it and continue to move it. I'm going to put it in the press. The press is going to press that cheese into the sausage wherever it lays. We've got plenty of cheese, so let's go ahead and go ahead and move on. Pork sausage. Ghost pepper in a bag. two different kind of style bags going here, but that's all right. I'll label it. You can see why now that I eat a lot of sausage that's pan fried. There's no reason to put it in the casings, unless you're gonna throw it on the grill or something like that. But you know, these I'm gonna cook it inside on the stove for the most part, and control the heat with the cheese in there. Those type of things, and this is so easy to stuff it. What do we got? 6 of them done. Oh, before I go on, let me. This is a food grade silicone spray, and I coat the whole inside of this chamber, the gasket seal on the plunger, the inside of the tubes. It just makes it a lot easier for cleanup. The food, the sausage doesn't get stuck in there. I do the same thing. Everything is. You saw my grinder just as a workhorse there. It's all lubricated. All of the parts are lubricated with the food grade silicone. So I just wanted to tell you it's kind of a must to have. Let's see what we got. So this is going to end up when we're doing the stuffing. There's still a lot of sausage in the bottom of the stuffer, and that's typically I'll scoop that out and do a little taste test. But we'll see. I'm really kind of ready to get this thing done. I've been working on it 6, 7, 8 hours, or I don't know, but let's hope we get this whole bag full. Let's get the bag full. That's what we got. We got a partial bag. That's okay. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5 bags. That equals to my 10 pounds plus the 24 ounces of cheese we put in there. So let me get set back up again, and we'll get this all cleaned up, and I'm going to load some casings, and we're going to stuff some Italian, I think it's believed how, the andouille sausage. I'm going to press this andouille into casings, and get this stuff done. Boy, it's a lot easier to go into the casings than it was in that bag. I did fill up 8 bags of the andouille. 8 1-pounders, so we're going to finish this off in the casing, so I have a little variety to give people. Some people just want a couple pieces or a link or something like that, so the bag won't work for them. So we got this, which we're almost finished here, and I think we have about 5 pounds of Italian left to put in casings. So that's it for the andouille. Again, if I can get it tied. Ashes, ashes, all fall down. Okay, let's see what we got here. You know, just roll it. Let's roll it. Let's just roll it. We'll make it later on. That's more fun to roll. I always keep a little push pin here, and they make a thing called a sausage pricker, but I think this does just as much pricking as the sausage pricker does, so I'm good with this. Those need to be pricked a little bit, but there's little Italian stuff good. I got a couple of bigger ones, but that's okay too. Let's see and get the rest of this. We're linked up. Italian andouille.